What if you could solve a really tough problem in your sleep? Or improve your memory with just a simple mental trick? Well, there's a method developed over 50 years ago that claims all of this is not only possible, but totally achievable by tapping into the hidden power of your own mind. So let's dive into the pretty fascinating world of the Silva Mind Control Method. It's a huge question, right? Can you really change your reality with just your thoughts? The idea that our internal world, our mind, can directly influence the outside world, well, that's the central promise of the whole Silva method. So how on earth does it claim to work? The brain behind this method was a man named Jose Silva, and honestly, his own story is just as remarkable as the techniques he came up with. He wasn't a doctor, he wasn't a psychologist, but his own relentless curiosity ended up sparking a global movement. So Silva's path was, well, it was anything but conventional. He started out as a radio repairman, which, gave him this really deep understanding of electronics and frequencies. But then, during World War II, a chance encounter with an army psychiatrist lit a fire in him, and he got obsessed with the human mind. For the next 20 years, he just experimented, using his own kids as his first students. And then came the breakthrough moment. In 1953, during a training session, his daughter apparently started answering questions that he was only thinking in his head. That's when he knew he was onto something really, really big. This quote just perfectly sums up how unique this guy was. He was completely self-taught. I mean, he learned to read and write by studying his siblings' homework. And yet, this is the man who went on to teach his methods in universities and to people all across the globe. It's just an amazing testament to his drive and his curiosity. All right, so the entire Silva method, everything it teaches, is built on one single core concept, getting your mind to a specific state, known as the alpha level. This is the bedrock. It's the foundation for every single technique that follows. You know that feeling, that peaceful, floaty zone right between being wide awake and just drifting off to sleep? That's the alpha state. It's a state of really deep relaxation where your mind is super calm, but at the same time, it's incredibly alert and open. Silva believed this was the perfect mental frequency to start programming yourself for success. And the way you get there is actually pretty simple. You find a quiet spot, get comfortable, and close your eyes. Now here's the key. You gently gaze upward behind your eyelids at about a 20-degree angle, and then you just start a slow countdown from 100 to 1. The whole point is to sink deeper and deeper into relaxation with every number. And the cool part is, with a little practice, you can get into this state almost instantly. Okay, so you've reached the alpha state. Now what? What do you do with it? This is where we get into the really fun stuff, the practical techniques that are designed to turn your focused thoughts into actual real-world results. Let's try a quick little experiment right now, just to show you what I mean. I want you to imagine a bright yellow lemon. Really see it in your mind. Now, picture yourself cutting it in half. See the juice just dripping out? Okay, now bring that juicy lemon wedge up to your mouth and take a big bite. Feel that sharp, sour taste explode on your tongue? So, is your mouth watering? That's a real, physical response that was triggered by nothing more than your imagination. See, that little lemon exercise proves a massive point. Your nervous system doesn't always know the difference between something that's really happening and something you're just vividly imagining. And that's the engine that drives the whole Silva method. This idea that our mental pictures, our thoughts, can actively shape our physical reality. One of the most famous tools for this is called the 3 fingers technique. It's basically a simple physical trigger. While you're in that alpha state, you press your thumb and your first 2 fingers together, creating a kind of mental anchor. The idea is, with practice, you can use that gesture anywhere, anytime to instantly tap back into that state of heightened focus and memory. And the stories of its success are pretty amazing. You have a teacher who used it to help her students ace their spelling tests, a lawyer who could recall case details perfectly in court without any notes, an insurance agent who could pull up complex tax codes just like that. It's basically presented as a mental shortcut to your own brain's hard drive. Now, what if you could put your subconscious mind to work solving your problems while you sleep? That's the whole idea behind another technique called dream control. Right before you go to sleep, while you're in that alpha state, you basically give your mind an instruction. I want to have a dream that helps me solve this specific problem, and I'm going to remember that dream when I wake up. I know it might sound a little out there, but think about some of these stories. The invention of the modern sewing machine? It's credited to a dream Elias Howe had about spears with holes in their tips. Then there's the Silva graduate who programmed a dream and was warned about a faulty part on his motorcycle. He got it checked just in time to avoid a major accident. And Silva himself even claimed he dreamed the winning numbers for a lottery ticket that won him 10 grand.
So these are some absolutely incredible claims. But is there any actual verifiable proof? This brings us to the evidence, and yeah, the controversy that surrounds this whole method.
To his credit, Silva didn't want to just rely on cool stories. He actually collaborated on a 4-year study involving 189 psychiatric patients to see if his training could create real, measurable changes in their mental health.
And the results were pretty compelling. The study's conclusion was, and I'm quoting here, there was consistent improvement in mental health among the psychiatric patients. So in a clinical setting, it seems like these techniques had a genuinely positive impact and were even used in psychotherapy to help patients have breakthroughs.
And this is really the heart of the great debate. On one side, you've got thousands upon thousands of graduates, even big corporate programs, reporting these life-changing benefits. But on the other side, the wider scientific community is still pretty skeptical, saying there's just not enough rigorous, hard data. Critics suggest that the successes might just be due to things like the placebo effect, or simply the power of self-affirmation, rather than some kind of special mental power.
Which leaves us with a really fascinating question to chew on. Does the Silva method actually tap into some undiscovered, limitless potential of the human mind? Or does it just give us a really effective, structured way to use the power of our own belief? And maybe, just maybe, if the results are the same in the end, does it even matter which one it is?